Hi guys, welcome back. So I gave you guys the task, the challenge to go on a scavenger hunt and to look for the 5 compound words that were inside of your chapter from yesterday. So we are going to take a look. I asked you guys to look through pages 9 through 12 for some compound words. So right now we're going to review to see if you got the words that you were supposed to get. Okay, so here's page 9, and I am going to read through to see if we got it or not. So again, remember, compound words are words that are 2 words added together to create a new word. So I asked you to scan through to find these words, and I'm going to highlight them to see if you were able to do it. So right now, just scan through right now and see if you can find the first word. So the first word is actually the topic that we've been going over, and that is landforms. Remember, this word landforms is combining the word land and the word forms. When I put that word together, I get landforms. So that was the first one. The second word, that is a compound word from your reading yesterday, was this word mainland. And we actually went over this one as a word work in our word work activity. The word main plus the word land, putting them together creates a new word, which is mainland. Let's look at our next one. So take a look at this page. Do you guys see any compound words here? There are no compound words here. There are big words like appellation. That's a big word, but there are no compound words. Remember, compound words have to have 2 words that stand by itself added together. Okay, let's look at our next page. Any words here? There are no words here either. There are big words like this word Allegheny, and the way you pronounce these words is by the letters in the pronunciation, little parentheses. That's how I pronounce that word. Allegheny, Allegheny, and this word plateau. I use those to pronounce them, but they're not necessarily compound words because they do not have 2 separate words added together. Now there are 3 here. This is why I have 3 dots. Look on this first line. If you haven't been able to identify it yet, try to find the compound word here. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. What was the compound word? The word was overnight. I have the word over, which stands by itself, and I have the word night that stands by itself. And when I put them together, I have the word overnight. Okay, let's look at this next line here. This next line here has also a compound word. And again, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to find it. Okay, what was the word? The word was 14. The number 4 by itself can stand by itself. The word teen also can stand by itself. When I put those words together, I get 14. Okay, you're going to look on this line now to try to find this next compound word. Again, you have 5 seconds to try to find it. Okay, what was the word that you found? The word was freshwater. I added the word fresh plus the word water, and I got the word freshwater. So good job for looking and finding those compound words. Most books you read will always have these compound words, so do your best to find them the next time. Okay, now we are going to jump in and look at the reading that you had yesterday. Yesterday, I asked you guys to read page 9 to find the main idea of that chapter. So we are going to review what main idea is, and then we're going to decide if we got this correct answer or not, okay? So remember, the main idea or the central idea is what the whole text is about. I can get hints from this by my, by what? my pictures, my titles, the words that are repeated, and the ideas. When I put all of it together, I then get the main idea or the central idea. So I asked you to read this one page, so we're going to read it again. Follow along as I read. Getting ready to leave. Miss Lopez's list includes some landforms here in Boston, so I started with those. Mom and I went to Castle Island, which is in Boston Harbor. It is not really an island since it's not surrounded by water on all sides. It's connected to the main land on one side, which makes it a peninsula. But you can see a bunch of islands from there. Boston Harbor is a part of Massachusetts Bay, an area of water connected to the Atlantic Ocean. Boston is on the east coast of the North American continent, an incredibly huge piece of land. So I've read it, and now I have to figure out what the entire thing was about. So I'm going to go back to a spot that I can look at and write on. Here, it's talking about them getting ready to leave. And again, it's talking about landforms. Landforms. See, it's being repeated. But this time, they're giving you specific landforms they're talking about. What are the landforms they talked about? They talked about the peninsula. They talked about the island. And they talked about the harbor. Remember that whenever I am looking for my main idea, I need to look at the pictures, the titles, repeated words, and the ideas. So these words are here, but also the picture is a big hint today about what my main idea is. So the main idea yesterday from this area was that this person was getting ready to leave, and he saw different types of landforms in Boston. Okay, so even before he went off, he found different landforms. That was what the main idea was. So today, you are going to finish reading chapter 4. You left off on page 12. So you're going to finish this chapter. You're going to read page 13, page 14, page 15, page 16, page 17, page 18, and then you're done. So you're reading 15, 16, 17, 18. You're reading, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You're reading 7 pages today. When you finish reading those 7 pages, you're going to ask yourself, what was the main idea of this chapter? Why were they writing this chapter? So remember, you want to pay attention to the pictures, the titles, the captions, and things that are being repeated over and over again, okay? Before I send you off, I do want us to look at some definitions together. So, you read this chapter. Now we're on page 13 is where you're starting. This word here, the way it's pronounced is here in the parentheses. So I want us to make sure that we pay attention to this word. This word is pronounced is, like the word is, us, mus. So when I put it together, it's ismus. So that TH is silent. Okay, that's important. So we're going to read this passage or the sentence together to figure out what this word ismus might mean. Downtown Madison sits on an isthmus, a narrow strip of land between 2 bodies of water. So I know, based off what they just said, this word isthmus is land between 2 bodies of water. And guess what? They show me that picture right here. Here's the land, here's the bodies of water. So isthmus is just a land with 2 pieces of water on both sides. Okay? Here, I have the word gorge. Okay, so again, we're going to read this and we're going to use the surrounding text to figure out what this word gorge means. The Dells is a gorge, a steep, narrow valley that was carved by the Wisconsin River. So I know that this word gorge means what? A narrow valley. Again, I have a picture that's showing me exactly what this looks like. The reason you're reading so many pages today is because they have lots of pictures to help you with your reading. So make sure you pay attention to those pages and you pay attention to the pictures so that you're able to identify the main idea. Okay, we will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a terrific Thursday.